We are having a lot of conversation on the AgriFair 2025 that you wouldn't want to miss, as from Friday to Sunday. I'm sure you're already building the momentum to be there. But having a lot of conversation and discussion. Frima, you already know. You were in the studio already. You are here again.
I feel like I'm the co-host today.
Hey! Anyway, so we have close to Frima as the Chief Executive Officer for Agri-Impact Group, Dr. Daniel Fahine Akwe. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I trust you're doing well.
Very well.
First of all, I want to find out from you, Agri-Impact Group. What is it? What do you do?
Well, Agri-Impact is an agribusiness impact-making firm.
Oh.
And we've been around for over 20 years. We've been doing projects across Africa and the Caribbean. For our portfolio, we've done programs in over 30 African countries, including Ghana. And in the Caribbean, we are also running a program supporting over 75 SMEs in Jamaica. Agri-Impact looks at the service part of agri. So we are not commercial farmers, neither are we aggregators or financial institutions.
Okay.
But we look at the gap in services, agricultural services. Somebody who wants to go into poultry, somebody who wants to access markets, you want to access finance, you want technical support. If you look at some of the multinationals, and I always use that as an example, be it Price Waterhouse. Price Waterhouse is a service provision firm, and they provide services to industry. We never had a strong equivalent of an agribusiness firm that will render similar services to agribusiness industry players. So Agri-Impact sets itself up to pick up and grow to the likes of the multinationals and be able to deliver the way they deliver audit service, accounting service, business management service, do similar, but focusing on agri and agri-related organizations.
Beautiful. From what you've said, I want to ask Frima, why are we bringing Agri-Impact on for AgriFair 2025? Looking at what he has said, this is a big institution.
You know, when you're in class and they ask questions, sometimes if you pay attention, you know that the teacher gave the answer. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, so, look, listening to Mr. Fahine speak, Philip, I'm asking myself, quite honestly, why am I not going to farming? Because it looks like we've brought, AgriFair is bringing everybody you will need, okay, regardless of your knowledge in agriculture. I mean, some of us, our knowledge in agriculture is we know that if you add cassava and plantain together, you get fufu. If you do the plantain like this, the ampesi, it will soon fine. You get it. But beyond that, we have no idea, you know, if they give you a tuber of yam, they say go and plant yam. You don't even know which part of the yam we are putting on the ground.
Exactly.
Okay, but we are bringing all these people. He mentioned the services, right? So Agri-Impact is coming in, and that is why I'm very excited about the clinics as well. So for things that we have no knowledge of, you know, things that we don't know, we have the Agri-Impact coming in to help us understand some of the rudiments of agriculture, some of what we need to know, the dynamics of farming, the dynamics of value addition. If you want to go beyond what you are planting, how do you do that? If you want to ask, we all the time talk about access to funding, but sometimes you wake up and you don't know, so do I just get up and go to DBG? Do I just get up and go to this bank? Where do I even start from? Somebody needs to let you know.
Coach you.
Where to start from. You need that coaching, all right? And that is where Agri-Impact come in. So you can tell that AgriFair is bringing all the various players, you know, on board when it comes to a holistic approach to agriculture. And so for us, we are very excited that Agri-Impact is coming on board. And I know that after Sunday, I probably will be talking to a landowner that, no, at this point, I need to, because quite honestly, listening to the conversation, you ask yourself, why am I not here?
So again, I know you have a number of programs you want to add something to.
Yeah, I want to add to that. You know, I have seen a lot of Ghanaian firms attending trade shows and trade fairs outside the country. They will go to Anuga firm, they will go to Fruit Logistica in Germany, they will go to US and all that for agri firms and mechanization, trade fairs. I was so happy when I saw City or ChannelOne initiating and embarking on this AgriFair thing in Ghana, because that is a platform that we need to aggregate those who have, those who are looking for, and those who need together. Sure. We bring all of them to one table. We hardly have an event of this nature. Normally you see maybe horticulture people might do something. Last week or last 2 weeks, the horticulture people did some fair. But the major agri-fair that we have in the country tends to be Farmers' Day. And it is a one-day, a one-off event, which is more of also an award.
Just a ceremony.
It's a ceremony. Yeah. It's a ceremony. It's not a business platform to interact and get businesses or even bring investors on board. So I find this to be very innovative and appropriate, very appropriate for industry players. And I am not only looking forward to people who are in agri to come. Yeah. We are looking forward to investors to come, because there are so many investment space
within the agri.
Within agri and agri is huge. And I keep saying agri, when you touch on agri, you touch on road, you touch on accommodation, the real estate, you touch on tourism. Everything. These are all parts of the agribusiness ecosystem. And we having all these players coming together or having a common place where we can meet and interact is amazing and fantastic. And that is one of the appetites for Agri-Impact to be on board and also avail ourselves to respond to people who have questions, whether it is in greenhouse, in aquaculture, in snail farming, in poultry, in rice, in tree crop processing, logistics. Where are the investment areas in agri, especially in logistics and post-harvest? Where are the investment areas? How much will I need? And what will be the return on my investment? These are the information is there. And we will also be available to receive people and have a dialogue with them on these opportunities.
Wow. You wouldn't want to miss this, please. You wouldn't want to miss this. Make sure that you get in there and learn a lot about agriculture in the 21st century. But you have a number of programs at Agri-Impact.
Yes.
Take us through. And one that I have seen that I'm very excited about is the Happy program.
Yes.
Tell us details and share with us what really it means.
We can't say Happy program without smiling.
Exactly, without being happy.
Of course.
So you're happy about that.
Now, Happy is harnessing agricultural productivity and prosperity for youth. Harnessing agricultural productivity and prosperity for youth. Happy. And Happy is a program initiated by the MasterCard Foundation, and it was a co-created program, and the aim is that how do we unlock job opportunities within certain agricultural value chains? The first, we look at where are the job opportunities within the space. How would that contribute beyond job creation into import substitution? And how will it impact more on young people, especially young women? So Happy is an ambitious and transformative program that is targeting to unlock jobs for 326,000 young people. 326,000 for young people between the ages of 15 and 35 in Ghana.
Wow.
In 4 agricultural value chains: rice, soya, poultry, and tomatoes.
Is that to say that this agri sector can really open doors for a lot of people, like what we've been seeing, unemployment rate and all that?
That is the way to go. I mean, if you are importing, let's say, $600 million of rice, convert that into agricultural production, and you will see the number of jobs that rice alone can create if we are to develop the infrastructure. The heavy lifting one is done by government, and private sector leverages on that one. Rice alone can give us over 1 million jobs.
Wow.
Yes, rice alone can give over million jobs. So the 326,000 jobs that we are talking about, for us, it's not even much. But we are looking at 4 value chains: rice, soya, poultry, and tomatoes. Now, if you look at rice, from north all the way down, there are areas that we can grow rice. You can go to Asin area in central region, you go to Volta region, the Afajato, the Ketu areas, the Oti region, go to north, go to Ashanti, go to Ahafo. Almost everywhere there's a place for you to grow rice. And if you break it down, we have 16 regions, and you are targeting 1 million jobs for rice. If you divide 1 million by 16, it's less than 100,000 per region on the average. What's the population of young people per region? Exactly. It's over 100,000. So it's not difficult, and what is required is government doing the infrastructure. But we also need to build agribusiness anchor champions, private sector. Because when government also builds the infrastructure, you need people who have the resources and the knowledge, who are strong enough to leverage on government's infrastructure. Otherwise, we tend to have situations where the infrastructure is there, it is underutilized, and then over 2-3 years time, by the time you go there, everything has collapsed. They cannot, or we cannot build infrastructure without corresponding support and intentional development of anchor private sector people who have the capacity to optimize the infrastructure that will be developed. So, well, at the fair, we will go about that. So for Happy, it started December 2023.
Oh, beautiful.
And as at now, in terms of job creation, I think we've done over 170,000 jobs. The good thing is that it is not only Agri-Impact that is on the ground doing the work. We have what we call implementing partners, then private anchor sector partners. So for implementing partners, you can't do Agri without Ministry of Agri. So Ministry of Agri is part of it. We have a GEA from Ministry of Trade that is also part. Jobberman, I'm sure you know, they do job fairs. And Jobberman is to do formal jobs for about 8,000 young people and find how they can be placed into formal institutions. Then we have TechnoServe. TechnoServe is an international NGO. There is a component of micro grant and catalytic fund. So how do we use that to also support some of the SMEs and the young ones? Somebody just needs like 500 Ghana cedis, 5,000 Ghana cedis, 100,000 Ghana cedis, and it will bring transformation either to the person or to the community. So there is that component also in Happy, and that is managed by TechnoServe. Then we also have New Age, which is into green agro inputs, and they are doing rice and soya. And because of the program, they have established their mills. They've expanded rice processing mills, and they are doing more than 3 times what they used to do. And they are even looking for more paddy rice to process. Then if you go to Potting, Aglo is there. Aglo had an infrastructure for processing broiler. And it's been in the bush for almost 3 years. And the program came and we leverage on Agro. As we speak now, he is the largest supplier of broiler to KFC.
Wow.
And
KFC?
Yes. And we can't meet that. They are doing over 100,000 birds a month.
A Ghanaian-owned firm.
Ghanaian-owned
supplying
firm.
an international eatery,
yes.
so to speak.
And in fact, we have more orders, and we even need more broiler to supply. In the past, we start broiler program and there's no market. Now KFC has opened up, and it's not only KFC, we have other partners like Yedent, which is also doing poultry, broiler. So we have catalyzed the broiler industry again. It collapsed for over 2 decades. It's catalyzed now. It has become commercial, and it is viable again as a result of the Happy program. Then there are a number of impact stories that we share on our social media handles. People who, we even have a journalist who has stopped, and he's now a commercial rice farmer.
Wow.
I'm not saying you should stop, but if you come,
Wow. No, I will stop, but I'll come.
A journalist stopped the journalism and is now a farmer.
Yes.
Frema, did you hear that?
Well, I did. Let me act like I didn't hear for now.
No, you stay in the job like that. Continue.
And then you have people who were doing half acre, they are now doing 5 acres and 10 acres. We are very intentional to bring on board persons with disability.
Oh,
and we are seeing a trend that I don't even, when you go to school for the deaf, school for the blind, most of the time the opportunities they give them, you finish, you become a teacher, you become a hairdresser, you become, they did not see the space in Agric, and Happy has opened that space. Can you believe that? Persons who have hearing impairments are doing better in transplanting rice than those without.
How?
Any
How are they
impairment.
doing it?
They can't gossip.
Oh, yeah. So they are stick to their job.
Exactly. Focus.
And productivity is
It's high.
super. And if you go to Agro-Kings, and that's Nanes rice, then you go to New Age, that is AVV rice. And then you go to Aglo, that's the chicken. And there's Ghana Akokopa from Yemen. Now, the number of persons with disability that we are onboarding is amazing. I think Agro-Kings alone in his enclave at Kasunya has over 47 persons with disability.
Oh, wow.
Those who are visually impaired are the ones who are doing data entries.
How are they doing it? Visually impaired?
Impaired, they do the data entries. Hearing impaired, they manage warehouses. And they are excellent in transplanting rice.
Wow.
Then we went to Aglo. He said, we have discovered something. What have you discovered? When in the processing line for the broiler, there's a particular part that it takes 4 to 5 months to train people to become perfect. But those who have hearing impairment, it takes 5 to 6 weeks. And then they are already perfect.
Wow.
So the Happy program is inclusive in nature. We are looking at persons with disability.
Right.
We are focusing more on women. 70% of the program is targeting young women, both in rural areas, urban areas, formal job, informal job, formal youth, informal youth, across the nation. We are currently in 13 countries, 13 regions. We are left with 3 more regions. Hopefully, if there's an opportunity to scale, we'll be able to capture the entire nation with impact. So that is one major program that we are doing with Happy. Again, the program has been able to leverage on private sector investment. There are private sector people who had abandoned processing facilities, uncompleted. The moment the program came up, they have completed the structures, their processing facilities. Some have established new feed mills, and they are processing. For poultry alone, the private sector investment that private sector has made as a result of Happy, when we checked it the last time, was $21 million.
Oh, wow.
And the investment that Happy itself has made to support young people was less than a third of that. Wow. So we invest $1, we get $3 to $4 private sector investment. And that's how we grow. Government alone can't do it. Development partner alone can't do it. Private sector alone can't do it. We all need to come together. You bring 1, I bring 3, this one brings 5, and at the end of the day, we have scale. So that is Happy.
How did you come up with this idea? the Happy program? How did you come up with this idea?
I think I would say that it is a call of the MasterCard Foundation.
Okay.
That they want to impact on young people, 30 million young people by 2030 in Africa. And Ghana's target is 3 million.
Okay, so that means even the 326,000, you've not even gotten
Just a
close to
fraction.
your target.
No,
Just
they
a
are
fraction.
running other programs as well, but they are not up to the 3 million. So there is more space, and there should
Please
be more,
join.
And should be more programs to make sure that. And if we say 3 million, I would say that the 3 million should be the minimum.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because we can even go beyond the 3 million jobs. So that's a call of the MasterCard Foundation, that they want to impact on young people, especially young women. So for their program, 70% of beneficiaries or participants should be young women between 15 and 35.
Right.
But it doesn't matter whether you are married or not married, whether you have kids or you have no kids. So we are up now. I have been to Saboba, Mion, Botanga, or we go to Tumu, all those places. Then the Afajato area there, we've been there. The Kumewu National Service Enclave. National Service is a key partner of the Happy program. And then Agro-Kings is also a partner. So that is Happy.
But how are the people responding to this initiative? How are they collaborating?
You see, we are also not running a program of moving you from one village
to the other.
If it becomes necessary, it is done. But I'll give you an example. If you go to Botanga, they have irrigation.
Botanga in which region?
Northern region.
Okay.
Or is it? Yes, northern region.
Savannah.
So Savannah, but not too far from Tamale.
Okay.
Maybe like 1 hour or less than an hour drive from Tamale. There's an irrigation facility. The good thing about Happy is also leveraging of public sector investments.
Good.
That irrigation facility was underutilized. Then we have New Age Agro Solutions, which is a partner of Happy program. And that has gone into agreement with Ghana Irrigation Development Authority to make the best use of some of the irrigated lands, bringing them from 30% utilization capacity to 80, 100% utilization capacity. So if you go to Botanga, we now have people who were Kaya is in Accra going back to their place because...
So this is actually helping resolve this rural-urban migration.
And the Kaya issue is important because when they do rice 1 hectare, in fact even in Kasunya, by the time they are done with 1 hectare or 2 hectares of their plots, in 3 months, they get between 25 and 30,000 Ghana cedis net. So if you do 2 cycles in a year, you are having between 50 and 60,000 Ghana cedis in 1 year. That's equivalent of working in a formal organization that is paying you 5,000 cedis a month.
Wow.
Yes, and that's what they get as net. And they have the opportunity to expand. So we have a lot of young ladies in the community who are now coming on board and becoming part because we support them. See, the Happy program is end to end. You can't be somewhere and say, I want to be a participant of Happy and I need agro input for my 2-acre farm, and then somebody will bring you to that. It's different from PFG. Now, what we have done, we built the program around anchor private sector partners who will provide the agro inputs. They provide the technical services. They provide the markets because they are aggregators. So after you have produced, based on the arrangement, a percentage of your produce is sold to them to cover the agro input cost that they give. The rest, you have the option to either sell to them or sell it yourself. If you can't sell, they are willing to because they need more raw material. So by the time we onboard you onto the Happy program, be it poultry, broiler, rice, soya, or tomato. From the beginning, we know who is buying.
Wow.
And you know the price that will be bought at the market price. So we don't throw services just into
like
the
that.
air. It would be unfair if I also don't mention eHappy.
Yeah, please
How
do.
do we
Be very fast about
use digital
Yeah.
solutions in
Right.
Agric? And it's a fantastic program we've done with KNUST, the e-learning center. And they have trained more than 400 young people who have used digital tools to provide agri-services. In fact, there are some who are even getting contracts from outside the country. And it's all part of the
Wow.
eHappy program.
But before we wrap up with this interview, how can one get in touch with Agri-Impact? Because you've shared a lot.
Yes. No, we have a lot of social media handles. Once you do Agri-Impact or Agri-Impact Group,
Okay.
all our social handles, we do that on Google, will come. You can send us email, info@agriimpactgroup.com. You go to our website, www.agriimpactgroup.com, and the forms and the processes are all there for you. We will also be happy to talk about greenhouse because we are also managing the biggest greenhouse projects in the country.
We'll save that for the AgriFair 2025.
AgriFair,
Come
sure.
there. Prima, tell the people about the networking and the knowledge they need to come there and apply.
Well, so with what has been said,
Tip of the
at
iceberg.
this point, I really want you to sign, to the company that next month you are still coming to work. Because with the way you are absorbing the thing, I can see that you are contemplating, should I continue
I'll
journalism?
resign, Mom.
Should I continue
I'll stay
journalism?
here.
You will stay,
I'll
but
die here.
that would be a secondary, source of, because quite honestly,
Yeah.
now I'm
Yeah,
thinking
you need
of
to, yeah.
maybe going into Agric as a secondary source
No,
of business.
Agric will be primary, then this one will
Will be secondary. Yeah.
Well, that we will look at
Yeah,
that,
you can think about
But so with everything that has been said, it's pretty clear that the AgriFair is not just about coming to just buy and go. So there's more to this. It's important for you to know where you are getting what we eat from. It's important to even have an idea, because sometimes when you go to the market, you see certain produce, you're not even sure, is it okay? Is it in good condition? Is it not? Because you have no idea, no knowledge. If you see a mango with a dark spot, what does it mean?
Yeah.
You don't know.
You don't know.
Sometimes you just bite that side off, you throw it away, and then you eat the rest. You understand? With
Yes.
banana, you just cut some part off, and then you are eating. So it's important for us to, even as consumers, have a little bit of knowledge about what we are consuming and all. So the AgriFair is happening this Friday to Sunday, 20th to 22nd. So the clinics are happening. We have those of us who are coming to shop as well, to come buy the produce.
A lot of people should come and shop.
Yes,
Quality and authentic
that's
products.
the whole thing. Because the challenge is, I mentioned this earlier, sometimes you are eating fish, but you can't taste fish.
Exactly.
Because it's been in the freezer
For a
for
very
God
long
knows
time.
how long.
The-
You don't
the
know
taste is out.
what has been used to preserve it before it got to you. But this
Or
time,
you are eating tomato paste, but it is cassava.
can you imagine? You get it. You're eating a certain palm oil. You're not even sure, is this
Sure.
oil
Where it's
or
coming
is this
from,
what?
yeah.
But now you can tell that this is good. I stood there, they killed it for me.
And I got
They
it
packaged
fresh.
it for me and I took it home. If you save this or if you store this for like 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, you still taste original good. You are coming to buy your cassavas, your pepper, your tomatoes, everything, and you know that it is fresh. And the exciting bit of the whole thing is we are not getting it from retailers. People who don't own farms, but they determine how much we should buy our food produce. We cry a lot because our farmers are helpless, okay? Because they don't have access or means to even transport their produce to the bigger markets. So somebody just has to go pick them. But this is a platform where we are bringing all the farm produce. So come buy at affordable prices, and then let's have a great event this weekend and go eat well. You are what you eat.
Thank you so much, Frima Hedunyami. She is the head of event and
Yep.
partnerships here at ChannelOne TV and also CTFM. And you had there Mr. Daniel Akwe, who is the Chief Executive Officer of Agri-Impact. I have learnt a lot, and I'm sure that you should also be part of the 2025 edition of AgriFair, which will be happening from 20th to 22nd of June. Please mark it on your calendar. and make sure that you are there. You learn a lot, you buy, and also you go home with a lot and pay.
Yes, and quickly, so those who want to be part of the clinics, please call and register now, 0558-973-973. And Philip just mentioned the payment. If you have registered but haven't paid, don't just tell people around that, oh, we are going to the Agri-Fair, we are exhibitors. No, you are not yet an exhibitor.
Yeah,
you have registered, but you're not an exhibitor yet. So follow through with your payment. Then you can broadcast, you know, your presence at the Agri-Fair. Please give us a call, 0205-0205-973-973.